Good morning again. Welcome back to the Insomniacs Workshop. Well, it's precisely 12:41 a.m., so I'm just getting started with my day as a classic insomniac. Anyway, bienvenidos a toda la canalla. Let's see, today I like this one. Let go of entitlement. Yeah, you like that? Let go of entitlement. Excuse me. To start with, let's make a definition change here. Not change, a definition. There's a difference between rights and entitlement, and the two are confused because the words are conflicting, emotionally used in a politically charged way nowadays. Rights, entitlements, it's a very confusing topic, but here's an easy way to think of it. Rights are something we inherently have. Entitlements are something we qualify for. Rights, they're pretty damn hard to get rid of. You know, you really have to work to get rid of a right. But an entitlement, on the other hand, you can qualify for, or you can have by virtue of something, but you can lose it too. It's not as equal. But here's the thing, between the two concepts, think of it as a Venn diagram, okay? Your rights over here, entitlements over here. They overlap, so nothing's cut and dry. But keep in mind that there's a difference. Okay, rights, for example. Those are the things we always talk about. Right to free speech, right to assembly, right to health care is a good one. Right to health, everybody does have a right to health care. The problem comes with who pays for the right to health care, who distributes it, who decides what's medically necessary. That's an problem, and that's one they try to call it entitlement sometimes. Sometimes it is an entitlement. That's an issue too. Entitlements, so that's what we're talking about, and that we want to let go of entitlements because there's an inherent problem. They're entitlements. When we say let go of them, I don't mean just eliminate them from your life. I mean just start treating them like what they are. You earn them, you can lose them. They're like points, okay? Demerits. They're not rights, okay? For example, I'm a veteran. I have veterans entitlements because I work for the GI Bill. I not sacrifice, but I use the first 4 years of my productive life working in a bomb dump, as a munitions person. My compatriots were going to school, becoming doctors, lawyers, carpenters, whatever, pharmacists, and so they got a 4-year start on me. My entitlement for that, because I worked for it, was the GI Bill, for which I get, education, home loan, things like that. That's an entitlement, but I can lose that, right? I can lose that. Also, here's another entitlement: respect. Everybody deserves respect until they lose it. That's just a fact of life. Everybody knows that. That's a good one. Respect. Another big entitlement. Oh my gosh. I would say after respect, the next big one that really concerns people is when it comes to the law, because that's major life impacting. That's just not you hurt my feelings. Everybody has the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty, but it's also an entitlement. Can you lose that? Oh shit. Yes, you can, I suppose, but only when circumstances dictate it. That's a tough one. Anyway, when you think, whenever somebody starts rambling on to you about rights or privileges and entitlements and all this, just think of the semantics and where they're coming from, all right? Because that's the focus. And people are confused about this. They're not always trying to be malicious, all right? So when you go to let go of entitlements, it's like, don't worry about it. Don't hurt yourself, your feelings when you lose something. Lose some respect from somebody, so what? You work hard for an entitlement for something and you lose it for some reason, hey, c'est la vie. Phew, it happens. And that's about all I have to say about that. It's not a very big topic, but it's a question of semantics mostly. Pay attention when you hear the news. Just pay attention to the derivative meaning behind what they're saying. All right. Don't be played the fool. All right. All right. See you later. Bye, and have a good day and get some sleep for the love of Pete. Bye.